Hello, everyone. This is Amy Engelmark of Amy Engelmark Coaching. Great to have you on live with me. You're joining me for the Healthy, Wealthy Leader webinar series. This is Wednesday, October 26th, and today's training is called 3 Simple Practices That Lead to Lasting Happiness. So you're in the right place if you are a leader of any sort in business or community. If you are an entrepreneur, so somebody who owns your own business, and you're feeling stressed and you want to have strategies and a system so that you can take more time off, so that you can be having more fun, maybe have more adventure in your life, so that you can be having a less stressful, a less full plate, you're in the right place. If you're somebody who oversees groups and leads others, you're in the right place because this webinar series covers everything from time management, covers everything from stress management, how you can implement healthier boundaries so that you can communicate more clearly and stop settling for any kind of crap in business or in your personal life. Crap is crap, right? And sometimes as leaders, you can settle for less than what you know needs to be happening. So I talk a lot about how to implement healthier boundaries in these webinar series, and we have a lot of fun. That's my promise to you today, is that these trainings are a lot of fun and they're very interactive. I love to answer your questions during these classes. So why don't we start there? Could you please put your name and where you're from up here in the chat box before we get going? I'm going to have a sip of my coffee in my favorite mug. This is probably my most favorite mug in the house. My aunt, who's a potter, made this for me, and my name is on it. Not that I need another cup of coffee, but I like training and having coffee in my favorite mug. So just put your name and where you're from. I see we have a handful of people live today. Right up here, Lisa and Courtney. Welcome, Lisa. Nice to have you. I think you've been on here live with us before, so welcome back. Autumn in Gibson's, the Autumn that I know from long, long ago. Is that you, Autumn? Who else do we have on here live? Welcome. Charlotte from the Comox Valley. I'm not sure if I know you yet or not, Charlotte. Welcome. Look at this. She's the girl who had a curl right in the middle of her forehead. All right. So like I said, you are on the Healthy, Wealthy Leader webinar series. And today's training is called the 3 Simple Practices. Hi, Autumn, it is you. Nice to have you live. The 3 Simple Practices That Lead to Lasting Happiness. I'll tell you a little bit about myself and my story, and then I'll get into the live training with you. I'll start before I even started my coaching training. So just a quick snippet of my life and how I've come to where I am right now. When I got married, I felt like I didn't have very much responsibility at that point in my life, you know, not many things to take care of, and my stress level was very low. Fast forward a couple years and we've worked through some marital challenges and we started having babies. We ended up having 2 boys. They're Gavin and Simon, and they're 9 and 11. They just had birthdays. They're 2 really cute redheads. That was an answer to my prayers. And now we are a clan of redheads because my husband, Beach, has red sideburns. I married a man named Beach. So my stress level started increasing as things were added to my plate, as many of you parents know, right? When you start having kids, the stress level increases. The amount of time you have for yourself decreases. Sometimes you lose your identity altogether, and your happiness level can reach an all-time low for various reasons. Myself, I did hit a low when our first child was born, and I don't think it was postpartum depression because there was other things going on. But what I do want to share with you today is what I did about that low feeling, that feeling like I couldn't hold on to the happiness that I was used to experiencing on a daily basis. I started reading everything I could on how to create time for myself as a mom and somebody who was starting to train as a life coach. So that's what I am. My expertise is in productivity and success coaching for entrepreneurs and leaders. I started my training as a life coach, and I started applying everything that I was learning, all the tools and strategies, every system I had learned into my own life because I needed to make a shift happen. When I finished my training as a coach, things started to shift, and I started noticing results in my own life that I started passing on to my clients, and they started creating shifts for themselves when they applied these strategies that I'm going to share with you guys today. I got my happiness back. My relationship with beach really radically improved due to work that I was implementing in my own life and how I was taking care of myself, how I created mind shifts and transformations in my belief network up here that I talk about all the time. So that I can say was a really exciting shift and period of time in my life. And I want to share with you all of my experience, all of the knowledge that I have, all of the tools and strategies that I can in about a half an hour of training. So I can't share with you everything, but I'm going to share with you as much as I can fit into a half an hour. So I invite you to stay for the whole time, because at the end of every webinar, I give away a free book. I'm going to be giving away my book as soon as it gets published. I'm in the editing process. Right now, I'm going to give you guys a link. You see it just popped up here? It's a sneak peek to my first 2 chapters of my book. It's called From Burnt Out to Bliss, and it's a 21-day plan for high achievers to have more health, wealth, and free time. It's fabulous, and there's an action step in each chapter for you to take. So have a look at that for all of you who are watching the replay, and for those of you who stay to the end, and you'll get an opportunity to get a free copy of the book. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. It's a book that's really helped myself and my clients overcome fear and start taking really big action to get massively new, exciting results in your personal and business life. Welcome, Amy. Nice to have you live with us. So let's hop into the training. All right, where shall I start with you? I have 3 practices for you to implement so that you can change how you're feeling right now, improve how you're feeling on a daily basis, no matter how much you have on your plate, no matter how much responsibility you're taking on. From all of the live workshops I've given, from all of the group programs that I've run, from all of the private clients that I have on a weekly basis worked with, I've compiled strategies that I've told you already I use in my own life. So I do my best to walk the talk. And they're strategies that have worked in my clients' lives. So get your pen and paper, and I'll start the training portion of today. Okay? Great to have you here, Amy. While we're all part of this class, I've got my pen ready. I like to hold it even though I'm finished taking notes. I finished compiling my training for you. Ask me any question that you have. So if there's a particular area that you struggle with in regards to feeling happy on a daily basis, or specific challenges that you feel you always have to overcome before you can be happy, post it up here in the chat room because I really want to hear from you. That's why I'm here today, is to be live with you, to interact with you, to answer your questions, to offer you as much coaching and experience as I can. So take advantage of your time here with me and post your questions to the right in the chat box. Whenever you have a thought or a question, I want to read it. I want to hear it, okay? Just a sec, I'm going to have a little bit more coffee. Get even more fired up. So the first strategy to creating lasting happiness is to focus on the present. A long time ago, I went through a tough relationship breakup, and I was so focused on the past for so long that it literally kept me in chains for about 10 years. 10 years. Not a fun experience to go through. At that point in my life, I was really living in fear and regret and sadness. And I didn't know how to break free and feel myself again and feel happy again. I'm a happy person. I'm a positive person. I focus on the good stuff, the true, juicy, tasty aspects of life. But at that time in my life, I was so not focused on the present and everything that could be bringing me joy, everything I could be thankful for in the present, I wasn't taking advantage of. I wasn't directing my thoughts like I know how to now. So get me here. You want to be focusing on the present. You want to be present with other people so that you can taste the juiciness of every single minute of every hour in your day. Because you have so much that you're given every single day to be thankful for. There's no way that you can not feel happy if you take this one step today. So that's the first practice, is to be focused on the present. I heard this monk yesterday talking about a mantra that he uses, and he says, "Darling, I'm here for you. And darling, I know you're here for me." So it's a really sweet, caring way of saying, I'm present for you, husband, wife, spouse, child. I'm here for you right now. I'm choosing to be in the present and available. And I know that you're living in the present for me and you're available for me. Just that feeling alone brings happiness to my heart, because you're going to be more aware. You're going to be so much more aware. So who feels like, who's live on the call right now, they're like, I know that I need to practice being more in the present. I need to stop being so stressed out about future events or regretting how I've acted in the past or what someone's done to me in the past that's stripping me of happiness. Who is this ringing true for today? Let me know in the sidebar. When you are focusing on the present, you're also listening to your body and you're allowing yourself to experience uncomfortable emotions. I had to experience uncomfortable emotions for so long, but I never moved forward much from those feelings. I just felt like I was swimming in garbage and mud. So it's important that you listen to your body, listen to what you need in the present moment. Allow yourself to face pain, because it's in that pain that you grow and that you can spring forward. Use it as a trampoline, which I love trampolines, to just like get a double bounce. For those of you who know what a double bounce is, it's like a powerful jolt. Use that experience of not like dwelling, swimming in the pain, but allowing yourself to feel your feelings instead of ignore them. so that you can be catapulted forward into happiness, into the next season of your life. Amy, you said, I definitely do need to continue this practice. I'm aware of it, but have been working to balance this. And Amy, you're in such a busy time of your life. So I hear you. Your kids are so little and they're so demanding when they're at that age. They need so much of you, and you're running a business. So you're really doing an excellent job. All of us need to be present, right? We all need to be working on ourselves so that we can be as happy as possible in our current situation, because you're going to change your atmosphere. Amy, you are already changing the atmosphere of where you work, who comes into your business space, and your children's lives, and your husband's life, and your friends, because you're choosing to focus on the present. Yes, you're welcome. I love encouraging. The second step, the second practice that leads to lasting happiness is to ask for help. My goodness, it's been proven that people view you as more competent when you ask for help. Does that sound backwards, or does that sound backwards? A lot of you might think I think that I'm not I don't have a hard time asking for help. I used to. But if you don't ask for help, it's usually because you feel like others will judge you, or they'll think you're incompetent and can't do it yourself and should be able to. That shitty word, right? You don't want to put pressure on yourself and hold yourself back in chains and not experience the happiness that's available to you every single day just because you don't ask for help. Do you know that your family wants to help you? Do you know that your friends long to be involved in your life on a deeper level? They love the feeling of giving. When others are asked to help you, they love to be involved because it's like giving a gift. Buying a gift for somebody and giving that gift feels fabulous. And on the other end, it feels so incredible to receive it. It's a beautiful spiritual exchange. So ask yourself right now, write down with your pen, why have I not been asking for help? What do I believe is the truth? What do I believe to be true? If I ask for help, it means that blah, 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 fill in the blank. I think some of you have an answer to that question already. If I ask for help, I'm going to type this in here. It means that or something, it means something. So what have you been believing about the whole act of asking for help? Does it mean that you're weak? Does it mean that you're incompetent? What does it mean if you ask for help? What does it mean about you? What have you believed? I think there's some lies that some of you might have been believing. If you ask for help, it means something about you. And you want those lies to surface, even if they sound stupid and inconsequential right now. When they're coming up in your mind, the first thing that pops into your mind is usually the truth. So write it down here, because I want to find out what lies have been holding you back. It's like time for breakthrough for some of you, I'm feeling. So if you want to share, I'd love to hear. Lisa, oh, I hope that maybe try refreshing your screen. Hopefully that helps you. Anyone else having a problem? Okay, sometimes that happens, not usually. Usually Webinar Jam, the program that I use, is really clean and clear. Can everyone else hear me? Can you guys all see me? Let me know, okay? So that's the second step, is asking for help. Because for one, it breaks you free of, there's something about just the act of asking for help. It breaks you free of fear or any kind of lies that you're believing that have been holding you back. Oh, Amy, good one. I'm just going to backtrack here. Good. Autumn, you say it's all good here. Charlotte, you can see and hear me. Good. I hope that it's good for Lisa now. Just let me know, Lisa, if you can see me again. So Amy says, if I ask for help, then I don't have control. It's true, right? We have to learn how to let go of control. Also, I sometimes find it hard to ask for help as I feel I have to be far more organized to ask and instruct than to just do it myself when I get a chance. Yeah, it's worth it to be prepared and planned ahead of time and organized. And it seems like a lot of work at the beginning, but when you know exactly what you need help with and who you need to ask, what tasks you need people to do, and what would be most helpful for you, then it's not so much work moving forward. It's just a bit of a more effort and time it takes at the beginning. Learning to delegate, right, Amy? You'll find that as you practice letting go of control and as you become more organized, that things flow more smoothly. It's just a little bit bumpier and more of a challenge at the beginning. But I encourage you to move forward. So good, Lisa, I'm glad you're back. So the second point is asking for help, right? We ask for help because, for one, we can't do everything by ourselves. We are incredibly created as human beings, but we have limits, and it's okay to accept them. Why are we all on this earth together? If we were just one person on the whole earth, then it would be understandable to think that we didn't need other people's help. But we're not. So ask for help. There might be some fears behind asking for help, and it would be really important for you to take the time to write down, what is the worst case scenario that could happen if I ask for help? What do you fear would happen if you ask for help? Some people fear, like I said, fear that others will judge them. Some people fear that the job won't be done right. There's a few things that you fear. When you figure out what it is that you fear, then peel the onion layer back a little bit and ask yourself, what's an even worse case scenario that could happen? You know, if the job's not done right, what's the worst case scenario? Fear usually leads you down this trail of believing the lie that, you know, well, if I ask for help, the job won't be done right. And then if the job's not done right, then maybe I'll even lose business because of it. And if I lose business because of it, then my reputation's going to suffer. Oh my goodness, if my reputation suffers, then my confidence and self-esteem will decrease. And if that happens, I probably won't put too much effort or time or money into my business. My business is going to suffer even more. Then I'm going to declare bankruptcy, and I won't have any money, and I will have a horrible reputation, and I'll lose my house. Like, unrealistic, but that's what fear tries to make us believe. Fear is nasty, and you need to decide to not let fear control you any longer. Autumn says, I fear being let down by others. Yeah, it's a realistic fear. Others will let you down, but if that's going to be something that you let hold you back, there's so much potential and so much potential for personal growth as well as business growth and success that you're missing out on simply because you don't want some people to let you down. So my challenge for you, Autumn, would be to start small and ask for help from people you feel are worthy of your trust, and just ask them for help with small things that if they get messed up, then you don't have, it's not that big of a problem for you to do the tidy up afterwards. But that's not always going to happen. There's going to be some people who you're going to be like, yes, this was the right person to trust. And then that will build your confidence and willingness to branch out and get help with bigger projects and bigger things you need help with. So start small. What's one thing you could ask for help with that's not your favorite thing to do, that somebody else could do better for you? And it wouldn't be too big of a deal if they messed it up. Why don't you post that in the chat room here? The third strategy to create lasting happiness for yourself every single day, no matter what's going on in your business life, no matter what's going on in your personal life or relationships, is to meditate or pray. Many of you on this training know that I have a relationship with God. I meditate and pray every day. And it's why I have strong roots. I want you guys to have strong roots too, no matter how much the wind is blowing around the leaves and branches of your tree up here. Sounds airy-fairy, but it's not. No matter what's going on externally, I want you guys to be able to feel happy and free and unaffected by anything negative that might try and throw you off. So when you're praying and meditating, you're getting to that inner fountain of joy, because that inner fountain of joy nobody else can touch. People can't touch it. External circumstances that happen unexpectedly, they can't shake it. Meditating and praying goes beyond your thoughts, goes beyond your emotions, and makes you aware of what's really important. So who else meditates or has a relationship with God or prays that's on here live with me? Is this something that you think is important? How do you put this into practice? How have you found that this helps you maintain happiness no matter what's going on? I'd like to hear your feedback in the chat box here. What I've found prayer helps me with is letting go of pain, letting go of judgment, letting go of fear, and stepping into a bigger pair of shoes for myself. So whatever area of life you're feeling called to grow in as a person right now, or where you're feeling called to grow as far as how you impact the world with your talents and gifts, with your career, your profession, prayer and meditation is going to help you expand big time. Now, this is a whole topic unto itself. But if you don't want to feel like your boat is rocking everywhere just because there's a crazy storm happening outside, then prayer and meditation is key. Amy, you say, yes, prayer and trust does help me. Again, need to press into that. Yeah, it's just like working out our muscles. You need to work out your spiritual muscles if you want to feel stronger and happier inside. There's two types of happiness. One depends on things and people and success, external success. The other one is all about what's going on in your heart or your soul, whatever you want to call it, your spirit. That happiness can't be touched, but you need to get in the habit of cultivating a spiritual relationship in order to access that fountain of joy that never runs dry. So any questions you have on today's training, I'd love to hear them. Is there something else you want me to touch on during today's class? Any question you want me to answer on today's class? Also, I would love to hear what one gold nugget you're taking away from the 3 points that I've covered, or something else that I've said during today's training. It's always great for me to hear feedback. So I'm going to wait to hear your feedback, and then I'm going to ask you the question in regards to whoever is going to get this book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. And feel free to pass on my training to people that you feel would really benefit from it. because I know there's a lot of people out there that would really benefit from these classes. I'm going to offer you too a breakthrough call with me. So this is an hour that's completely free of my time, and I'm a busy mom. I'm a successful businesswoman. My speaking calendar is quite full. So I have 3 times available in the next 2 weeks that I'm opening up to those of you who are really serious and committed to really busting through that glass ceiling in your business and becoming more and more successful, busting through that ceiling in your personal life and creating the quality time, the stress-free living, creating the health that you may have let go over the past years or whoever knows how long. What I do in that hour is I go through your goals with you. I get to know you as a person, and I go through them, your goals, with a fine-tooth comb, just to figure out where are you being held back and where do you want to go. And then I help you develop a proven, I give you my system and a very action-focused plan for you to implement so you can start seeing changes right away. I only have 3 of these, so if you're somebody who's like, give me one of those, you don't want to miss out on it, I'm going to put the link here for you to apply to have this hour with me. amyengelmark.com/breakthrough. There you go. And any feedback you have, let me know. What are you taking away? What's one thing you're taking away that you're going to put into action this week? Time is of the essence. Don't wait for the perfect timing, guys. I've waited too long before to implement things in my life when I could have experienced the joy and satisfaction and achievement of taking action sooner. So if you're being spoken to right now and you know that right now is the right time to get help, reach out to me. There's no obligation to work with me. It's just getting to know me getting to know you, and finding out if we're a good fit, seeing how I can help you, but there's no obligation. The worst case scenario is you're like, Amy, that was the best hour I've spent on my business and my personal life this year. The next thing that could happen is you're like, you blew me out of the water. I want to keep working with you. These strategies are awesome. I can see this action plan can take me so far. How do we get started? So I just want to let you know that these 3 sessions are going to be really fun. I'm already looking forward to hearing from the 3 of you who are going to take advantage. So I don't see any feedback as far as gold nuggets that you're taking away. So hopefully you're implementing something that you're taking away from today's class. And I'll hear from some of you, I'm sure, about those breakthrough sessions. I've so enjoyed today's class. It's only 11:35. Sometimes these classes are about 35 minutes, and sometimes they go as long as an hour every single Wednesday. If you want to give me feedback as to what you'd like to see me teach in the future, I'm so open to suggestions. If you have something that's pressing or a challenge that you're experiencing in your life right now in business as a leader or in your personal life, then shoot me a message on Facebook. You can contact me on my personal page. You're welcome, Amy. I'm glad you have lots to mull over and you appreciate my time. I'm glad. Thanks for the referrals, Amy. Glad you're getting a lot out of the webinar trainings. Thank you for joining me live. So the question that I have for you is, my youngest son, he just had a birthday. Can you remember how old he turned? Lisa, you're welcome. I'm glad it was illuminating for you. What age is my youngest son? Whoever answers first gets the book in the mail arriving at your doorstep. So who is going to answer that question? You're welcome, Charlotte. Thank you so much for being on here live and taking an hour for yourselves, ladies. That is an accomplishment. Yes, Charlotte, you're right. So Charlotte, my youngest son, Simon, is 9, just turned 9 on October 20th. So I will send you that book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. You just let me know. You can send me an email at Amy and for any of you who want to contact me, Amy at amyengelmark.com. Send me your mailing address, Charlotte, and I'm going to send you that book. Yeah. Thanks for the happy birthday, Amy. I'll pass it on to Simon. And what are your nuggets, Autumn? You said that's nuggets, haha. Anyways, what are your nuggets, Autumn? I'd love to hear. If you want to contact me, if you have any feedback, if you want to any further support, you can contact me with that email address, you guys, Amy at amyengelmark.com. Have a fabulous rest of your week and lots of love to you. Go forth and be successful. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, your nuggets are emerging. Okay, good, Autumn. Bye, guys.